Yeah, we know you don't have any jokes. But
No, they're all true.
you keep posting pictures of you to Instagram. It's just getting it's getting really depressing.
Yeah, just not telling jokes.
Yeah, for ages I thought you'd edited out the laughs yourself. Um,
Yeah. It was like that Michael James, that's what he puts like pictures of himself and then writes the really bad joke in. Oh, what was the latest one that you put? Bowman sent me it because I've stopped following him from everything because he's fucking
oh God! If you say his name
where
three
is it?
times, you'll summon him. So try not to.
Doctor said he needed a routine prostate exam. It was good because he was looking for something cheaper than his fisting club.
Yep.
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. He obviously hasn't read the book.
I wouldn't
He
open
hasn't. He
with it.
hasn't.
I
Yeah, he
wouldn't
hasn't. He
close with
hasn't
it.
read the book. There's not a seesaw there. There's not
No.
a seesaw.
Well, also, it
But
doesn't really have a subject.
no, it
It
doesn't. It
doesn't
doesn't.
make
It's
It's
sense.
just
not a balloon pop.
It's not anything.
yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to Think Tank Kids. This is another Half-Pint episode. I say another. This will be the second one you hear, but when you hear it, it's largely up to us getting our lives in alignment, basically. So who knows? We've recorded a few of these and we just put them out. But for any of you joining us for the first time, you absolute mad lad, just jumping in wherever you fancied, which is what I always encourage with podcasts. This is a podcast where two comedians and me talk about different topics each week. And what we're going to talk about this week is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. Is I went and found some weird stories that have happened over the last little while. So we're recording this in June, and it was just some news from around the world. And we're gonna have a chat about it, just to bring you some of the weird stuff. Now, the biggest challenge, lads, I'll say this right up front. The biggest challenge was every story could have just been something to do with Florida.
I was gonna say, there's a rule somewhere, that if you read a batshit story in the news, it has either come out of Florida or it's come out of Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got one. I've limited myself to one Florida guy.
Okay.
There's one Florida guy. My other rule was it couldn't be too sad. In that, I just want weird. For example, there's breaking news today about attempted murder after a 3-year-old was chucked into an alligator pit at Cambridge Zoo. So
Jesus.
that looks intentional, which is really horrific. So a comedy is tragedy plus time. So but I still don't feel comfortable joking about Harambe, and that was 10 years ago. So
No, you shouldn't joke about Harambe. It's very serious. He was the catalyst that started everything that's been happening.
yeah, it was. Well, I used to have. So when I first got into stand up, I had this bit that I never could quite make funny enough at the time. Like I wasn't experienced enough, and then obviously I bowed out of kind of like stand up on stage, stand up on stage, just stand up. I bowed out of stand up before I could make it work, and it was this idea that billionaires needed to sacrifice, like rich people needed to sacrifice one of their own every now and then, and it was all after Hugh Hefner died, and like he had this whole pervert spell over the whole world. So even now, as I'm talking about it, yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course that you couldn't make that work on stage, Chris. That would take someone with far more skill than me to make that. Don't get me wrong, I think it's funny and I think it's a very interesting thought experiment.
And we should definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's because I had this. Like, the thing is, it was when we all first started learning about like how to write jokes, and we hadn't read the book Prisby. We hadn't read the book, so we didn't know about seesaws. We didn't know about packing punchlines, and I basically just kind of stuffed all the information into it, and there was no payoff and there was no punchlines, and it was
Yeah.
about how if you look every year since Hugh Hefner died, there's been at least one like ultra wealthy person that has died, and my whole point of the joke was that like you had to have these things. They had to sacrifice one of their own to keep going, and
So you saying that Harambe was ultra wealthy?
that was my punchline, is that Harambe was a paedophile and he'd summoned the boy to his enclosure. That was, and I just couldn't make it work. I couldn't get that proper punchline. Like I reckon if I sat down and did it properly now, like you know, knowing we know about like the theory of jokes and like crafting them, in fact I think I'll set myself that challenge. I'll try and make that funny. But my idea was basically like the punchline was something along the lines of like, now it makes sense that Harambe was like holding up his hand like Palpatine and just dragging kids into his enclosure with the Force, or but anyway, good job. We don't really have a point to this episode, otherwise I would have lost it. How are you guys?
I mean, you've got time to work on that bit. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Very interested to see what this kind of new short bits we're gonna be doing entails. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's half pints. We agreed, dear listener. We agreed amongst ourselves that the alternatives are every few weeks one of us might not be able to make it. Like for example, when they had the episode about these two had the episode about Edinburgh, one of us might not be here, and that might still occasionally happen. But there are other times where we can spare an hour on an evening rather than like the two or well, it's 2 or 3 for me. It's like 2 for these guys because then I do some editing afterwards. But rather than that, we spare the time we can so that you can still get something. And we know you're all autistic little weirdos and you hate your schedule being broken. So we don't want to do that to you. We don't want to be responsible for you in a shopping centre throwing shit everywhere because you've checked Spotify and we're not there. God, I don't want that on my conscience.
No, not again.
Not not again. Not again. So
Not
yeah,
again.
how's your day? How's your day been, Nathan?
I've been asleep. I've been asleep until about 5 o'clock. It's my dad's birthday. So I had to give him a ring. And then I talked to him for a little bit, begrudgingly.
Hmm.
I do remember when his birthday was coming up, I searched in gifts for racists in Google, and nothing comes up. So I think that we've got a gap in the market of just
Absolutely.
making gifts for racists. Yeah,
For your reform-minded friend
gifts for
or family member.
racists.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. I've just remembered the name of the doll I was going to suggest, and that's the only thing I can think of. Is those dolls that they used to have when we were younger, but we can't. I don't think I can even say the name.
Golly,
I think you can just call them gollies, but you can't say the last the last 3 letters that Ian just did. But he's
get him a,
you know what he's
get him
like.
a golly. Yeah, get him a golly. There you go.
Nah. Nah. I got him I always get him something stupid. So I got him a balaclava. Yeah. I got him a balaclava with Nicolas Cage's face on it. It's always Nicolas Cage related, the stuff that I buy him. And then I buy him something serious. So this time it was a vinyl of an X-Ray Specs album, it's a punk album, and the lady is called Polystyrene. She was basically one of the first black punk singers. So there's always a little bit of a jab in there to him as well, as in listen to this.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you could have got him a cameo from Nigel Farage.
Yeah, up the raw. That's what he says.
Yeah. Aye. So moving away from dads and race, it's nearly Father's Day in the UK as well. So you might have to phone him on Sunday. I don't know how you guys do that.
Yeah, I do have to. Yes.
So yeah, it's nearly Father's Day in the UK. We'll go. In fact, let's talk about. So what we're going to do today, I haven't even told you, is we're going to read some short news. I did tell you we're going to read some short news stories, and we're going to have a little chat about them. Now, in fact, I was going to open with the saddest one on the list, but instead, let's talk about wholesome family life, which I thought was amazing. And this comes from CBS News in America, for anyone who...
Oh.
Okay.
And the picture here is amazing. He demolished the front of the house with the excavator. And police say a Butler County man snapped after his wife told him their marriage was over, then climbed into an excavator and started to demolish the family home while she and their 2 daughters were still inside.
Oh my God, that's
Ooh, okay.
And
That took a twist.
well, the Eric Piewzwa, I assume possibly a Polish. You know what Americans are like with their ancestry,
Oh, yeah.
so he's probably a proud Polish fella. 48, allegedly, there's a picture of the house, like just the front missing.
He allegedly redecorated.
The excavator is still there. It's outside.
Jeez.
Eric Piewzwa, 48, allegedly used a Kubota excavator, product placement, love the Americans, to rip apart the rear of the family's home. Investigators say the damage was so severe that there are concerns about the home's structural integrity.
Yeah.
right. I mean, was it outside at the time? Like, did he just have it to hand?
He says
Or
that
did he have to rent it? Moments later, so it must have been within reach.
So, police say the incident unfolded Tuesday morning on Martin Road in Buffalo Township. I'd like to know what she said to him because I'll make sure I don't say it, a neighbour said. 42 years I've been married, but I've never threatened to tear the house down. Oh,
No.
good Lord.
That is a good neighbour quote.
That is a good one. That is, you do want to see shit like that. According to the criminal complaint, Piewzwa's wife told police that her husband arrived at the family home after drinking all night and began arguing with her. When she told him the marriage was over, investigators says he responded with a chilling threat. If it's over, I'll tear the house down. Police say moments later, Piewzwa climbed into the excavator and began tearing the house while his wife and 2 daughters were still inside. Criminal complaint says dispatchers could hear yelling and the sound of the excavator during the wife's 911 call. And after this, the fella went back inside the house, obviously just gave up for just taking too long.
Easy to get into now.
Yeah, he grabbed a gym bag and took off towards another town before being taken into custody.
Well, yeah, it's putting his family in danger. I can imagine like his wife or his daughter walking down the stairs in slow motion. You know, like on the third Pirates of the Caribbean film, when
Just
when the whole ship's
banister
all
flying.
exploding, and she's just walking down
hand
this
hovering.
banister.
Hand
That's a
hovering
great
over the
scene.
banister. Yeah, it's really
that is
good.
a wonderful. I genuinely love those 3 films.
I
think
always
they're
thought he
brilliant.
deserved a gorier death.
I think he deserved a worse death. I don't think he deserved to go out with the dignity that he did go out with.
Yeah.
But I also do love when certain villains don't go out as like sniveling morons. Homelander. But
you're one of those people.
No, I'm not. I've read the comics, so I know that is the way that it goes.
Sure.
I like a bit of difference. I like some villains to go out not giving a fuck. I like some villains to go out as sniveling baby morons. Literally, in a lot of anime, they turn back into babies. I don't know why that's a thing.
I've got a fun trivia fact specifically for that sequel. My brother worked as a games tester for the tie-in PlayStation 2 or 3, maybe, game for At World's End.
PS3 and Xbox 360 it was on. I had it. It wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't. But
no.
his name is in the credits. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. The only good thing about it was there was certain duels that would happen where it was you against someone else, and it was kind of like a parrying gameplay situation, which was pretty cool. I got that for helping
horrific.
my mother wash up.
That sounds like the kind of testing job they'd give you in Purgatory. That's horrific.
It was
only
in
testing
Derby.
movie tie-in games.
Yeah, testing movie tie-in games in Derby.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Mitchell and
Towers?
Have you seen that Mitchell and Weblock episode with the priest where he's like, "They're gone. They're all gone.
Yes.
Gone where? I know where they're going eventually, but for now, Daventry."
Yes. I love it because even If you ever watched again literally before your time, but if you ever went back and watched the sketch show that Fry and Laurie did, like
Yeah.
they would always mention like just the most random provincial towns of Britain. It's like they had like a kind of hard drinking businessman sketch. It's like, damn it, John, I'm here to run the best damn health club in Utoxeter. Which again, a place nearby Alton Towers. But yeah.
I wonder if
All
it's
revolves
because we
around it.
have a lot of very silly place names, don't we? They're all, I don't know
Mate,
the
I
language
am
part of it.
I'm from Leicestershire. We have in Leicestershire Ashby de la Zouche and Barton in the Beans.
Great.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got
I love stuff like
we've
that.
got I love like places like I like the rude names like Cockburn and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
great. But going back to this story,
Yes,
Piaget it's the end of it now. Piaget is facing several charges, including my favorite crime I think I've heard, causing a catastrophe. That's an actual
Yes.
crime.
That is good.
That
It
is
does remind
amazing.
me. It reminds me of a story that I heard about a guy that he carjacked a bus in America and basically just ended up taking it on its route and picking people up. And he was just doing his thing. Even once I'm not reading this, I just heard it on a different podcast at some point. But he actually refused someone coming on with an expired bus pass as well, even though he's basically kidnapping everyone. He said, no, not you. You've got an expired bus pass. And
I wouldn't want to
eventually, when he
defraud
was
the bus company.
well, yes, eventually when he was caught, the police commended his driving and said that there was no damage to the bus whatsoever. He still got done for kidnapping and all sorts of other things, Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto. But no, he didn't damage the bus, and they said he actually did a very good job.
There we go.
That's such a non-crime.
Well, one other thing about our original guy with the excavator, lots of crimes, including causing a catastrophe, which I don't think is a British crime. I think that's exclusively American. I also imagine, and defo getting divorced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Did you not listen? That's what
No,
sparked all of this.
it's just I thought I'd put a bow on it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely getting a divorce, 100%. He also got charged with reckless endangerment, and his wife's filed for a protection from abuse order as well. And
Yeah,
it did
shit.
prompt me. It did prompt me. Have you ever been angry enough that you want to seek out heavy plant machinery?
Nathan?
No, I use a lot of heavy machinery in my time, and there's one thing that really calms my nerves, and it's the gentle hum of a forklift.
I was going to say, like, have you ever said, like, to Sal, like, I swear down, I will forklift the fucking letterbox and take this front door right off.
Yeah, I've said I will drive in at maximum 6 miles an hour and slowly lift you up and then slowly put you down on a 45-degree tilt.
Have you seen, do you know in Austin Powers where the guy's running from the
The steamroller.
Oh, when he's
The
standing
steam-
still.
yeah.
We have these new safety solutions have just been installed on the forklifts, and they're really annoying. And it's about pedestrians. So whenever it senses a pedestrian nearby, it goes, warning, warning, pedestrian to your left, pedestrian to your right. And certain places are so small that you have to get in that it's got on the little signal, there's like people north, south, east, and west everywhere. And it's just overlapping voices going, warning, warning, and it's fucking
They're-
flashing lights. Oh,
I need you to put me in touch with your managers, because there's only one real solution to this, and that's to implement the custom voice file. Get back, you bastards! I'll break your legs.
yeah, we should do that. Yeah, the Phoenix Nights ones. Yeah. But now
It's
we just
Sammy
walk around the
Snake.
factory. We walk around the factory just going, warning, warning, pedestrian, whenever we walk past anyone who's doing anything.
The way your voice has changed makes me think that is an exact like that comes from a very stress-induced joke that you all have to make or you'll go mental.
We
Like,
will kill ourselves. Yeah.
good lord, Ian. Is the reason you're single perhaps because you've destroyed an ex-lover's home?
I'm not permitted by the courts to bring that up.
Have you ever destroyed anything, Ian?
Oh yes,
Or apart from the economy?
Pussy.
my career and personal happiness.
Okay. Good. Same.
That's
And the
why I'm a
pussy of an
comedian.
Estonian man.
He hasn't even got any kids.
No,
That's impressive to destroy your career and your personal happiness without kids.
yeah, I've got
Good job.
nibblings, but you know they don't count.
No, they don't. You can give them back.
Exactly, and
That's
I
the
do.
best part of it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the best part I've heard. It's just
Oh yeah,
yours again.
absolutely.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of kids, then let's talk about the next story.
Where's this
they found
going?
a new tarantula, and it's got a massive cock.
Great. Like a
Okay.
new species or just a new one?
Yes. Well, no, just one tarantula with a big cock.
That's what I thought it would have been.
No, so there's a new type of tarantula has been discovered and classified by scientists due to its exceptionally large male genitalia.
Australia.
Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and the Horn of Africa.
Is that what he's called?
The horde is right.
the Horn of Africa.
Yeah, that's what they should name him. Yeah, he's just like me, for real, for real.
If this was in a Madagascar film, it'd be right after the Moto scene.
Yeah, I'd watch
I
that.
like 'em big. That's my tarantula.
That's your tarantula. That's Mr. Tumble's Macaton sign for tarantula. Yeah.
Great signing, Curtis.
He's shagging his co-star, isn't he, Mr. Tumble?
Yes.
Yeah,
Good on
some young lady. I've actually met Mr. Tumble.
No, Nathan. Right, let's not.
This
you-
is the
you're
headline
brain
thing,
rotted.
isn't it?
This is the headline thing.
Yeah.
She's 20 years younger than him. Everyone neglects to mention the fact he's in his 50s and she's in her 30s.
Yeah.
Neither of
Mhm.
those people are young. Like that is
Yeah,
fine.
she's still young.
that. No, she's not.
Does it?
That's fine.
I believe it does pass the half your age and add 7 years rule. So,
Okay, is
I
that
think,
what
I
it
think
is?
he's in the clear. Yeah.
Thank you, Barney,
Let's
from
see.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, is that where
So-
that's from? I just know
Yeah.
it from the internet.
Oh, I don't know actually. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, as long
Or
as
maybe
as long
they-
as she
I don't
isn't,
know, whatever.
I say as long as she isn't also severely disabled, then there isn't like a conflict of interest
Oh,
in what he's
God.
doing.
Look, right.
Yeah.
I think.
Let's
look,
hope
look,
it's his co-star from Justin's house rather than sign something or
What,
you
the
know.
robot?
Yeah, one of the ones. One of the ones where you play a video twice in a row. Not
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah.
Look, let's be honest. And I'm talking to every parent here, and we all feel exactly the same. We're all just relieved he's not a pedo. Like
Yeah.
we are. Like he works for the BBC, and he dresses up like a clown. Like I'm just thankful he's not a
around
pedo.
children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not the issue. Like fire, but just working for the BBC, I'm relieved when anyone's confirmed to not be a pedo. I'm just like, all right, cool, you beat the odds.
I'm glad
on you,
Lineker
man.
got out of there. Frankly,
Yeah, like
For now.
I didn't. As soon as I heard, I was like, oh, thank God, because I saw Mr. Tumble and much younger. I was like, oh God, but no. Now I checked the ages. I was like, good on you, man. Love conquers.
Yeah,
So
now-
this,
love does. What
so this-
attracted you to multi-millionaire Mr. Tumble?
His fingers.
with his own attractions at Alton Towers.
Yeah, he put me in his spotty bag, and we were good to go. What if he's got a spotty bag?
Okay.
Ian's very uncomfortable as a man with a spotty bag.
Yeah.
I'm having a health check tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
so
good
if
MOT.
we can,
Yeah.
it just seems like the world might be healing, because if we can sort out the BBC after that, we can maybe go from Minecraft YouTubers and make sure they have age-appropriate relationships as well.
No, they're done. They're done for not just Minecraft YouTubers, but just YouTubers in general.
You're just
It's so
YouTubers,
bright.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about spidercocks.
Yes.
So the spiders have been given the genus Satyrex, and they live in the Arabian Peninsula and the Horn of Africa. They've identified 4 different species within this group, and the largest is the Satyrex ferox with a leg span of about 14 centimeters. Now, it says, and I've learned this about spiders, spiders have a palp, which is a specialized appendage used by male spiders to transfer sperm during mating. That's a cock. But it can reach an incredible, and I love the way they've said this, an incredible length of 5 centimeters. I showed my wife that. I was very excited. I said, look, incredible
And then
length of
the
5
article.
centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost, that's almost 4 times longer than the front part of its body and almost as long as its longest legs. So if your dick was 4 times bigger than your head, that's kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's pretty good. That's Mandingo levels.
It would be annoying though, wouldn't it? You'd be knocking lamps over. You wouldn't be able to get anything done. Where would you put it when you were going for a poo? You'd have to like kind of snake it around the toilet bowl.
Yeah, your heart's
just like-
pushing blood, but there's more strain on your heart, I imagine.
Yeah, you would
I
have to
just,
not be attracted by anything because
Yeah.
they say that the butterflies in your stomach that you get when you see someone that you love or you're attracted to is the blood moving from places that your brain deems not so important to places that may be important in the future or places you wish to be important. So it's going down to your genitalia. So I wonder if people with penises like that are more susceptible to massive amounts of butterflies. Is Mandingo a hopeless romantic? Is what I'm saying.
So I would throw mine over my shoulder like a tie while I was
Or a
wearing a suit
regimental
during
soldier.
like well, just do you know like when you're if you're wearing a suit and a tie and you're having a nice meal and you can throw your tie over your shoulder sometimes so it doesn't get in the way. I'd do that. Like
Yeah.
I just hope no one stood behind me. Pap. But there's no butterflies involved here, unfortunately. These dicks are so big, it's to keep the females away from them while they're shagging so that they can't eat them. Because these
Right.
spiders are incredibly aggressive, and they've designed a way to keep the females at dick length so that they don't get eaten.
I like
Which
that. I
is-
like that because it's not
wow.
you usually say, "Oh, about someone, I'll keep them at arm's length," but keeping someone at dick's length,
Yeah.
for the spider, it makes more. But for me, it just means that we're basically touching.
Basically,
Like-
Eskimo kissing.
Well, I was going to say you touch my nose before anything else.
Yeah, basically, we're still not at dick's length at that point. We have to both suck in our stomachs.
So the males of these spiders have the longest palps among all known tarantulas, which is fantastic. So we've got Satyrex and black porn stars as the biggest known dicks in the world. So good on them. The genus
Horns
name,
of Africa.
the horns.
Great name
Perfect,
for a
Ian.
band.
I'll say.
So the genus, the name is a combination of satyr, which is part man, part beast figure from Greek mythology, with exceptionally large genitalia,
Wow.
and the Latin word rex, meaning king, and ferox, it means fierce, which is given to the most aggressive and biggest dicked of these spiders.
That's where you get
Biggest
ferocious.
dickus.
Yeah, biggest
Is
dickus.
there something funny about biggest dickus?
They usually
He's
have
got
the
a
Latin
wife,
names of
you
insects.
know.
Yeah. We should just give the Latin name of this particular arachnid biggest dickus.
Yes.
I know, right? Like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't you do that? Scientists,
yeah.
fucking nerds, man.
Yeah.
Fucking nerds.
They're not funny. They're not funny, nerds. Nerds aren't funny. Nerds just want to have fun.
And I don't think they're very original either.
Apparently not.
Mm.
Apparently not.
Well, yeah. Speaking about not being original, So one of the biggest news stories. We're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to talk about it in passing. Put that kazoo away. Now is not the time. So
Keep it
one
at
of the
Kazoo's
biggest.
length.
Well, that's my
Keep
own.
that kazoo on.
It's my own Horn of Africa.
Keep that kazoo on dick length from me. So this week in the UK, it's been announced that under 16s are going to be banned from social media. That's not the news we're covering today, but that's kind of what's happening in the background. But one of the best things has come from this is a meme I've seen, which is someone saying, "I'm really glad about this. Now kids can go back to being in the park drinking Lambrini instead of being fucking nerds."
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like,
instead of
yeah,
doing fucking TikTok dances and stuff. I actually think that we're banning the wrong demographic. I think we should ban old people from social media instead of
I
kids.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I do.
I feel victimized here.
No, I'm talking
No,
like the like age 60/70
Okay,
upwards,
that's
where they're
fine.
just typing in their Facebook statuses like order corn and
Hot Farage pictures.
hot garage pictures. Old people on social media is a love of mine, though.
Yeah.
But I do also want it to go.
Yes.
it needs to go for the good of the species. It's also corrupting our language. It's changing language. Like mathematical algorithms are forcing changes in language, and that is upsetting. It's just fucking absurd.
Hmm.
Ugh, it does need to go. But yeah, I love that idea that it's like that's how the world heals a bit. Is that kids have to go outside and drink Lambrini again, which
Yeah.
instead of being
So,
inside, being like if you think about your likelihood of running into a one pervert or one pedo out physically in the street versus being sat on a computer on the internet where you're surrounded by millions of them circling like sharks in the water. Get at the park.
You
Go have a
just
drink.
know they're not going to be young perverts going forward.
Yeah,
Old
we need
ones,
Martin
much
in here.
better.
We need Martin in here. He could refresh his whole set about finding porno mags in bushes now with the social media ban. Like
he
we
doesn't need
can.
any more sets.
I've said
And weirdly,
refresh.
all of them are about porn.
It is. It is what it is. It
That's
is what it
that's
is.
who he is. And I
You
won't
write what
stop.
you know.
I won't stop him being his wonderful self.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Right. I'll give you a choice for your next one. Do you want the uplifting one or the sad but relevant one?
We'll go sad but relevant because we'll do uplifting at the end.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
okay. All right. Yeah, yeah.
it's okay.
The Robin Hood tree's dead,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Which is so the major oak, which is one of the UK's most iconic trees, a giant oak tree said to have sheltered Robin Hood, was over 1,200 years old.
We have established that's a lie because Robin Hood didn't exist. But
You never said that.
I
You
did
never
say
said
that.
that. I
did
still
say-
believe.
You asked me, and I said no. He's made up.
No, I don't believe that. I think he was real.
But
And he was white. Jesus was white too.
But the major oak is genuinely one of the kind of tree of Sherwood Forests.
Is that
gets
where
the
you've got
most
some of
attention.
your litter and foliage
No,
framed?
no, because the major oak is kind of set apart from the rest of the forest where you can go for walking and cycling and such. Like the major oak's a bit apart from that because, as I think I said during our Robin Hood episode, Sherwood Forest back in the day would have been like 10 times larger than it is now, but there would have been so much deforesting over the years for like coal mining and urbanization and such like. So yeah, so I stole my leaves that are now up in my spare room from the more public facing bits because the major oak is properly fenced off. You're not. It's like Stonehenge. You're not meant to go right up to it and touch it or anything.
Mhm.
It made me feel like hearing this. It made me feel the same way. Do you know Ocarina of Time when the Great Deku Tree dies in front of you?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like how it felt. But yeah, it's so it's 1,200 years old, and the Royal Society for Protection of Birds, which is a conservation charity that manages Sherwood Forest, it said that the tree's first spring with no leaves this year, which led experts to say that it had died. They've determined that it's probably a combination of issues. One is that its age. It faces issues as it gets older, just like your
Everything dies,
grandparents.
you know.
Yeah, everything dies. Yeah, but a combination of issues, huge amounts of human activity were mentioned as well as like the effects of climate change, including recent heat waves and droughts, which compounded this. They're going to leave the tree standing,
Oh yeah, yeah.
um, but just like mythic trees, saplings from the tree have been planted all over the world, and for some reason, the BBC have put a picture of fucking Sue Pollard and David Hasselhoff in this article
What?
because so pantomime actors Barney Harwood, Sue Pollard, and David Hasselhoff all received saplings of the major oak in 2013.
Those are
So
two names that I would not put together.
they're there. He's like leaning on her back and she's bent over.
Well,
Not like not like that.
Is he best known as a pantomime actor, David Hasselhoff?
I suppose that's probably the only reason why he would have been given a sapling. As
Yeah,
if he was
Oh
doing.
no, it isn't.
As if he was doing panto in Nottingham that year, but that is
So
bizarre.
is this tree like the Genghis Khan of trees now? Is it like lots of other trees are now spawned from this particular tree? Are they all
I hope
related to
so.
this tree?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, in the same way that they did that with the saplings of the sycamore gap after it got untimely
Oh,
killed.
Rest
too
in
too
peace.
Yeah,
too soon. Too soon.
I'm devastated by that. It's not even my local tree.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm not even joking. Like I hate when things like this happen, like the destruction of our natural world. I know everything dies, but seeing the natural world kind of being swallowed and by things like this it is upsetting.
I mean,
It
but
is.
Yeah,
that's the difference. It's like the Royal Oak dying after 1,200 years versus two absolute cunts from Cumbria deciding
Yeah.
just to march upon a tree with a chainsaw.
yeah.
And
I
then
know.
being so stupid that they dobbed themselves in.
I
That
hope
was my
that if
9/11.
I mean, except this one wasn't orchestrated by the government.
The Sycamore
Well,
Gap was an inside job.
I hope that the Sycamore Gap guys get treated like nonces in prison. That's
Yeah.
what. But so
Very
legend
well.
has it. Legend, they're going to come out and run for parliament. Legend has it that the outlaw Robin Hood used Major Oak's hollow trunk, which was in fact caused by fungi, as his hideout. And the oak had many names, but Major stuck after the tree was mentioned in a book in 1790 by Major Hayman Rook, a former British Army soldier who lived in Mansfield Woodhouse, a few miles
close.
from Sherwood
Yeah.
Forest after he left the military. And according to the RSPB, the book prompted the first waves of tourism to the forest and it becoming a world famous tree. And again, what the fuck? Legendary actor Dame Judi Dench is known for her love of ancient oak trees and has paid tribute to Major Oak. And there's a picture of Judi Dench.
Everyone loves this tree.
Hang on, here we go. Hang on. Dame Judy, patron and ambassador for the Woodland Trust. All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Said the major oak has provided major inspiration for countless stories, poems, paintings, and people for more than 1,000 years, all while itself teeming with life and providing a home to an enormous range of wildlife.
The bigger thing I'm getting out of this story is the Woodland Trust don't manage Sherwood Forest. The Royal Society for the Protection of Birds do. What's all that about?
Yes. It's dirty politics, mate. It makes Game of
say.
Thrones look like a fucking joke.
Especially considering birds aren't real.
No.
Well, yeah, you do have to be a highly advanced engineer. Funnily enough, I applied for a job with the Royal Society for Protection of Birds, and they asked me how much I knew about Raspberry Pis and Arduino machines. No idea why. They asked me if
Yeah.
I could pilot a drone. Seemed odd.
Yeah. See, they're not real. Birds aren't real.
And at one time, visitors could climb into the Hawk's hollow trunk even. But from the 1970s, a fence was placed around the tree, and it was appreciated from a distance,
Yeah.
just like my chastity belt.
Ah,
Yeah.
which
Maybe we could
goes.
chain up the tree, like the chained oak at Alton Towers. We just need to invent some sort of curse around it, and then people will leave it alone.
Yeah.
This article goes on. There is a lot written about this tree, which is nice. I like that. The BBC's done a pretty good write up, and it's also exposed something I didn't know we had in our government. Nature Minister Mary Krieg
All
has
right.
said it's sad news. We've lost a major oak, a much loved part of blah 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 blah. We have a nature minister.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
it's
that
a lesser
that
role.
seems. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like go and play it. Like I can't imagine what would what your career would take as a
It'll be a
politician to be
minister,
the
and
nature
it'll be
minister.
someone Ed Miliband wants to work with. You know. So
She's a member of the Labour Party,
yes.
and she's been the Nature Minister since 2024, appointed to Ed Miliband's shadow cabinet. So yeah, you were bang on there. It's just another one of those situations where she's the jack of all trades, a master of none.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Seems to be like transport secretary at one point, food and rural affairs at one point, and now they're just like, right, you can be in charge of nature,
yeah.
which is what something I think is very wrong with how Parliament works these days. We should aces in the places, I say. We shouldn't just be
Yes,
putting people in charge of things because they are politicians.
indeed.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a plutocracy where no, is it technocracy where the people who are the experts should be the people in those jobs.
Yeah.
I think it's I
Mm.
think it's a technocracy.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, plutocracy is just a group, isn't it? It's plutarchs. It's just a small group of people.
So
Oh,
uplifting
fuck no.
story.
Florida man before that.
Oh, okay.
A Florida
Nice.
man caught driving 107 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone, according to deputies. Suspect arrested, booked into Brevard County Jail. This is a very short story, but it made me laugh. Port Canaveral, Florida. A man is facing charges related to super speeding after he was caught driving 107 miles an hour. The sheriff office said a deputy conducting speed checks on a state road near Port Canaveral clocked a white Lamborghini traveling 107 miles an hour. Deputy said. So the driver, identified as Corey Weedman, was pulled over, and this is what's made me laugh, right? When he was pulled over and arrested, all he said was, "It's a big night, I'm celebrating." His
Right.
bond
Right.
was set at $500. It's just I'm sorry, it's such a short story, and there's so many others that I could bring for Florida Man, but the idea,
Yeah.
he gave no more elaboration, no more information. He's got a Lamborghini. He's traveling 107 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. He gets pulled over. He gets arrested. All he says is, "It's a big night. I'm celebrating."
Well, a good thing
That's
about Florida Man is you can, a game to play is by typing Florida Man and then your birthday. And so you need to find a Florida Man article which relates to the day you were born. Not like the exact year, but just do it
Okay.
there. So the one I found from doing mine, is Florida Man catches fish in street day after Hurricane Milton. So he is seen just standing in the street with all of the floods, and he caught a fish. So it's a bass. He caught a bass, in the middle of the road. So that's an uplifting Florida man story. And another one from my birthday is a man broke into a woman's house, sat on her couch, and demanded a drink of water and something to smoke.
Jeez, I've got so many for my birthday.
Yeah.
I've got
big day.
Flor-
They were out celebrating.
Florida man performs naked dance at McDonald's. Florida man walks out of jail, steals an SUV almost immediately. Homeless Florida man who had face almost chewed off recovering in hospital.
Wow. Well, was that the bath
Damn.
salts era, probably?
Yeah, well, I've got one from this year.
Okay.
This is from Fox 35 Orlando. Video: Florida man drives Mustang through Daytona Beach airport gate, tried to board 3 planes.
What, in
And
the
there's a
car?
body cam. There's a body cam footage of it. Hang on. A Florida man was arrested after he drove through a gate onto an active runway, nearly hitting a student flight on the taxiway. Deputy said he also attempted to get into 3 small planes before he was detained. He's playing GTA. This is the
Yeah.
shit you do on GTA.
Yeah, it was.
Then a quote from the guy: Brian J. Parker was arrested and booked on several charges, including aircraft piracy. But the quote from the man: I don't remember. I was at my house. I went to an AA meeting, and the next thing I know, I'm doing cocaine, drinking, and smoking pot.
Right.
This guy's 58 as well.
Check
Oh my
this
god, he
one
looks
out. This is
he
another
looks
one I
like John
found.
Lithgow.
Another one. Florida man found with large thermos up rectum after 26th arrest. A Florida man who was arrested on Saturday allegedly tried to enter jail with a large thermos stashed in his rectum. Polk County Police responded to a call about a naked man in a bathroom at a public park, only to find Walter Firemere, 51, fully clothed. Firemere, who was trespassed at the park and released, was later arrested after he walked across the street and climbed onto railroad tracks. Arresting deputies reportedly found Firemere in possession of methamphetamine. Polk County Police Sheriff Grady Judd said the jail's body scanner revealed that Firemere had a concealed large thermos stuck up his rectum. That's right.
Large thermos.
A large one. That's
Stuck up.
right. He put it in the exit ramp, he commented. Why is the bit there?
They're like that, right?
Yeah, fucking
And
Like
it
a
might,
large
and in
thermos.
America, it might be even larger.
Yeah, it would be like that big,
No,
and then
the length
the
isn't the
girth?
issue here.
I think
Yeah.
it is.
Nah, length's fine.
Right.
I've seen what tarantulas can do. Like,
Well,
it's
yeah.
the
True.
girth.
Yeah, I
It's the
suppose.
girth.
Large thermos.
Fucking
There you
hell.
go.
Florida, rather fucked.
Florida's well. I've heard the argument that Florida, it's just that everything's public with the criminal cases. That's why it's so fun.
Right. Okay.
And it just makes it easier to look at. But we're coming off the end, so we'll finish on a nice one for today. And I think you'll both quite like this. This is from California, from Benicia. That sounds a bit too classy for California. A handwritten sign at a Northern California public library warned patrons to expect more noise than usual. That warning quickly proved to be an understatement, as professional wrestlers, accompanied by booming music, thundered into the reading space and jumped into a ring flanked by row upon row of bookshelves. Dozens of children and adults greeted the theatrics with hoots and hollers at the Benicia Public Library. Welcome to Lucha Libre, a high energy, action-packed story time that is bringing live wrestling matches to library across the US to promote literacy. How nice is that?
That's
It's
nice.
a charity.
It's
Yeah.
It's lovely. Lucha Libre and reading aren't natural bedfellows. But
Well,
the
no,
masks
that's
get in
Lucha
the way.
Libre. No, this is Lucha Libre,
I did
which
hear that.
is
Yes.
that was founded in 2024, and it plays off the name, obviously, but they promote literacy, and there's loads of pictures of them like getting ready and warming up and stuff, which is just amazing. I'll put the article in our WhatsApp chat, like, so you can see, because this is a lot of pictures. Excellent choice for a podcast, Chris. But yeah, like, how cool is that? Like, you're doing story because like I've got a young kid, right, and I've got another one on the way. So I go to story time events like quite a lot. Like I've met Julia Donaldson and stuff like that. Like,
Oh, have
I've
you?
been to Seven Stories. Well, she was at Seven Stories a few weeks ago, so we
Nice.
went and got the book signed. But it's nice that there's a charity out there. So among the brawny wrestlers was Llama Jack, sporting a black mask with furry ears, who read llama time to share before being interrupted by his rivals barging into the ring. He took them down in minutes and then finished the story. That's so cool. Oh, so for
Wow.
anyone listening in America, there's 40 events planned this year at libraries from California to New Jersey. And one of the most popular wrestlers on the circuit is the fighting librarian, Richard Schnery. The idea started in 2024 when the founders were approached to put on a show at a local library. And one of the founders, Victor Dwight, wrestles as Victor von Richter. It's so fucking cool.
Oh, there's a very
That's
cool shot on one of the pictures where it's like within the books of the library, there are a few stacks deep, and they're all blurred in the background, but then you can see the wrestling going on quite far away. It's a very artistic shot of a very strange thing that's happening.
It's like, yeah, it's so. I've seen that. Is that where the woman sat on the chair with her arm up like
I
that?
think so, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's good. That's good because wrestlers need to read as well because the longer that they do their career, the less literacy that they have due to being punch drunk and thrown on their heads, having steel chairs whacked over their heads and things like that. So they do get actively stupider over time, which we will probably go into more with the Hulk Hogan episode coming up.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's-
CTE.
Yes. When I think of that, I think of something even more atrocious, which wasn't Hogan. But
Oh, yes, yes. And
yeah.
that involved the book as well, yeah. He also put
Oh God,
books
yeah.
next to their bodies.
We're talking about
Um,
Chris Benoit, everyone.
We are,
Oh, right.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Yeah, the rabbit
Sorry,
hole
it's
that
just
we
that could be a
it-
sequel to Hulk Hogan. But
It's hard for me to think of. It's hard for me to think of horrible things when I'm looking at a picture. The last pictures
Yeah,
of Llama
yeah.
Jack, and it's just absolutely lovely. I did a stand up show. Do you know when I went to Edinburgh to do that charity show where I headlined?
Is that the one where the
Um,
electricity failed?
The electricity,
Yeah.
the electricity kept blowing. Yeah. I was on. Two people before me was a luchador. He was like he was a luchador.
Why is it
who
with
also did
Edinburgh?
stand-up comedy.
Seriously.
That's great. That was one of the best stand-up
Yeah.
experiences I've had. Like it was fucking
That's
awesome.
that
but,
is the genuine gist of being on the road. You will meet strange people, pirates. I mean,
but the thing
yeah.
was, he was unlike the other freaks on the scene. He actually was a really good comedian as well.
Okay.
Like he had all the stand-up plus a luchador mask. So like, you know, how
Not
his
just a
joke was
gimmick.
about. Yeah, no, his joke was he tied it all really well together. Like his last joke was about coming, is just like finishing a wrestling, like having sex is like a wrestling match, where like you're hoping for the bell to finish and you're absolutely exhausted, and your wife will pat you on the back and say good job and stuff like that. Like it was really fucking good. I think he was just called Luca,
Or
which
Val
again, like
Venus.
his whole thing was great. But yeah, I just want to finish off with a nice one. This is
That
a
was
Half-Pint
nice.
episode.
Yeah.
It's a shorter one, and instead of the Chinese fucking us over with movie names, we finish on a nice little uplifting story. So I think that we should all go out into a local library and kick the shit out of someone.
Yeah, or at least
Yeah.
pretend to.
Well, yeah, if you're a pussy. You know, that's what I'm taking from this: is go out into any public library and just punch someone
Assault
punch them in the
someone.
side of the head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, punch them in the side of the head. Don't punch them in the back of the head; you might kill them. Punch them in the side of the head.
Well,
That's probably
through the banning of social media for under 16s, that is going to be happening a lot more.
I think the world will get better. If I'm honest, I
Yeah,
really do.
I'm
Like,
all for it. I think it's very weird that some people, adults especially, are saying, no, we don't want it. Why do you want the children on social media? Why? What?
To expose them to the
Hmm.
darkness of social media
Hmm.
from
Yeah,
an
it's-
early age.
It's first the kids off social media, then the wankers off LinkedIn. We've got to take it one step at a time.
They need to
Yeah.
go, yes.
They do.
Yeah.
They're the fart sniffers, the smug people. But no,
Oh, my ears are starting
I
to
think that
burn.
That's all I want to bring to you today, lads. I think that's quite enough to be getting on with.
Cool.
We got any parting words? Anything we want to talk about? What shows have you got coming up?
Got a few coming up the end of this month. I'm not really doing anything until that. Doing Rough as Toast, which I'm hosting. Ian, you're not performing, are you?
Aren't I?
But you are.
I thought I was.
Are you? Oh, you are. Ian is
What a way to
performing.
find out.
I've no. Well, one thing we've
Ian's
got to do
fired.
as a group is actually make the list of who's doing Rough as Toast visible, because that
I know.
helps.
I know it's
God's
really hard
sake.
to do when the person who runs it, not me, is always skiing or up a mountain somewhere.
Yeah,
Having a great
unemployment
time.
sounds great.
I know.
But as for me as well, I thought I was doing Rough as Toast, but
You are.
if I'm not, I am at the very least doing a date in Dudley, not the Birmingham Dudley, but the one in Anitsford,
Yes.
which is Dan Reach's night. So it's
Yeah.
his second one of those. A week today as we record, but yeah. So,
Ooh,
but after
lovely.
that, I have a very light July, so I think it's just going to be open mics.
Yeah, it'll be quite close to you, that isn't it, Chris? Around Dudley area.
No, he's in
Is
County
it
Durham.
close?
I'm in Durham.
Well, I don't know
Where the
where
fuck's
things
Dudley?
are. I don't know. They all begin
like-
with
it's
D. I
right-
thought
it's-
they just put them alphabetically.
No, it's right on it's right on Martin's doorstep, and he's also on the card. So
Who, Martin?
God.
that's the one.
Oh no!
Minging.
I wonder
No,
which
he
set he's
listens
going
to
to
the
do.
podcast.
I know he does. That's why I'm
that's
doing
all-
this.
Well, that's all we've got time for today, except to tell you 1 in 4 chip shops and takeaways found to be selling meat from undeclared animals, according to the Food Standards Agency.
Not
That
my
included
problem.
ham and pineapple. That included ham and pineapple pizzas that contained turkey, lamb curries that were between 60 and 100% beef DNA, and beef pepperoni that was nearly 3/4 chicken. Yeah. Oh, also, fish, which is usually safe to eat, in a lot of fish shops, they're finding that it's not cod or haddock. They're actually importing catfish from Southeast Asia.
Oh,
So,
spoilers.
yeah,
we are
next
being
time you go,
catfished.
Haha.
you're being catfished by the chip shop. So next time, if you're in the UK, you go to the chip shop and you order fish and chips, and they charge 15 quid. Just remember, they've probably paid £3.40 for it because it's catfish per kilogram.
Or go to
So,
Laura's Chippy in Whitley Bay. They do vegan fish and chips, which is made out of banana plantain. And I had one today. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
And on that lovely note, enjoy your evening, gentlemen, and I'll say goodbye. So this has been a lovely Half-Pint episode, and it's bye from me, Chris.
Bye from me, Ian.
And bye from me, Florida man.
Bye.